Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Netrock server. How are we all everyone? I hope everyone is doing just fine today as per usual. A lot's been going on. Things have been happening all over the shop. We're gonna sleep, first and foremost. And then we're gonna see what we have to do here. So lots has been going on outside, but that's not what we're gonna really be looking at today. Excuse me. Apologies. Go back to normal graphics mode. Hi guy. Who do you think you is? So that's that. As you can see, I've gotten rid of the giant tree that was outside my house. The reason for that is, well, I'm not really too sure. I just decided, actually, you know what, I don't want that there. I think I'll be better off just chopping the tree down. If I want a big tree, then I can put a big tree there. So we're going to go without the big tree in the front garden for now. Pardon my voice, twice. Excuse me. Right, back to business. So I've got a lot of stuff in my inventory. Actually, wait a second. This door, I logged into the server earlier today, and this door was missing. Just wasn't there. I haven't taken that door down. There was definitely a door there, always has been, and it had gone. Only that one though. That one there was fine. The two over there were fine. I was just suddenly missing a door for some reason. I have no idea why that is. I think someone on the server's playing tricks on me, which isn't very nice. So, lots has been going on. Lots has been going on. That's a mouthful. I've moved everything I have into the rooms, into the chests, down here in my storage room. Begun filling it out nicely. I've hollowed out all of the floor that I need to so far, as you can see. And then all of these chests here, we've got a couple of odds and ends in that one. Here we have food related things. Over here I've got some more food. In here I have chicken things. In here I have a bunch of flowers and stuff. Then we have arrows and bows, and I have mob drops. We can put some things into there. Then I have all of my valuables and pretties and things like that. And actually I can put all of this away. I don't... Actually no, wait, I do need those. I do need those for what we're going to do in just a moment. This pile of logs in the middle here, 60 logs is what I got when I chopped down that giant tree in our front garden. So that's a pretty good haul, right? I think that's pretty damn good. And then I've got loads of cobble and stony things all along these chests. This is where my andesite and diorite and granite supplies begin to take hold. So I'm just going to put all these away because I don't think I'm going to need any more of these for today, at least for the moment. And the dirt can go in there, the glass can go in here along with the sand and the gravel, and that's my pockets emptied. Fantastic. So what are we going to do? Well, I have been working a little bit over on this end of the base. Through here, as you might be able to tell, I've begun on chickens. Good old chicken farm, and they're already laying eggs like it was nobody's business. Oh yeah, I did a recent harvest from that one, and I'm going to need these eggs to fill that back up. So let's just do that quickly. It's nice and simple. We just throw the eggs up into this water stream, and then the chickens get carried off into the chamber just there. It's dead simple. Really is. The chicken farms do not come much more simple than this. I mean, we had the Goomba in a previous world which worked on a similar sort of principle, but it was needlessly complicated. It was just there because it looked like a Goomba from Super Mario. It was complex and unnecessary. Oh! Well, he'll find his way down, and there's nowhere for him to go other than down. So as you can see, yes, we're full of filling up on the chickens there, which is great. They are very loud. I might have to turn those down a little bit. And just turn that down. Lovely. And I actually need some of the logs I put away so that I can plug that hole back up. The first thing we're going to do in this episode is I'm just going to wire up that second chicken farm on the right there, because that one has not had its redstone applied to it yet. The one on the right does, the one on the left does, the one on the right does not. So we're going to do that very quickly. And the redstone is super duper simple. Anyone will be able to do it. Absolutely anyone. So simple. So through here I obviously have the completed version. We'll just have a quick look at this one so you can see what I'm doing as I'm doing it. So this is literally all there is, pretty much. And I get that doesn't really explain a whole lot, so that's why I left the other one here open so that we can go through this together. So this is all the space you need. I think it's literally a 3 across by 6 tall by 5 deep, is it? Something like that. It's not a lot of space at all, it's tiny. So what we have is we obviously have that button on the front here, and then behind this block, as you can see, we have a dispenser with a bucket of lava in there. So what we do is we grab a bit of redstone dust, put that right there. So far so good. Let me just get rid of those. Then, as you can see, we have a sticky piston underneath. We're going to put a block on top of that, just like that. Then a redstone repeater to pull the current from that bit of dust out through the block. And then we'll put 2 more bits of dust there and a block right there. And we can put that back as well, although that doesn't do anything. So that's all that is to it. That will turn the lava on, but because of the way dispensers have changed, we now need a way to turn it back off again as well. And that is very easily done. With this second repeater here, we just put 3 ticks of delay on there, so just right click it twice, and then grab the last few bits of redstone dust, put those there, and that's it. Nice and simple. Job done. And I've got a bunch of eggs. So that's it. That's all there is to it. Then we're going to press this button. What's going to happen is it's going to activate this bit of dust here, which will activate the sticky piston underneath this block, which creates a very short pulse that this repeater is going to take out of the block before the piston activates. It's then going to activate this block, which will activate our dispenser, spitting the lava out. And then this repeater with the delay will activate that block again, and that will retract the lava, and it'll all be nice and simple. I have a much more open air version in a testing world, so I will just hop over to there quickly and show you exactly what it is we have. So here we are. Welcome to my testing world, my unfathomably large and unfathomably old testing world. As you can see, there's loads of stuff left over here. That's from when I was trying to build circles. Look at this, I've got the pig from the prank we pulled on Toby, and I've got the hamster as well that we put in Nay's house on the old world. All sorts of things like that. Look at that, a test for when I graffitied over the posters that the Sammy State was putting up on the previous world. Look at it, loads of stuff left over, but we're not interested in any of this. We're interested in the chicken farms just here. So this design right here is what I had for the Goomba. This is just half of the Goomba. Obviously we'd mirror that on the other side to make the full one, but the principle for the redstone here is pretty much the same. As you can see, we have our bit of dust with the piston, the repeater going into the block, and then the repeater with the short delay. If I press the button, you can see not a great deal because my game froze up a little bit. The problem with this world being so old is not a lot of things work. So we do that, spits the lava out, pulls it back. Nice and simple. And because the world is so old, this stone button here, for some unbeknown reason, just stays pressed for a very long time. That's almost as long as a wooden button, but it's not, because the wooden button lasts for this long. That's a very long time. So here's the design that we have in the current Netrock world. As you can see, we have the chickens on there. They were stood on a half slab, which is over a hopper. So any eggs that they lay go straight into the hopper and then into this chest. And it also means that they are low enough so that when we do activate the lava, the babies don't get cooked, but the adults will. So here's the redstone a bit clearer, as you can see from the side. Obviously, this piece of dust is next to the button, which activates the piston. That pushes the block up. But before it goes up, this repeater drags a tiny little bit of power out, powers this block, which has got the dispenser behind it. And then the current travels around this way, where it meets a little 3-tick delay before activating that block again and retracting the lava. So as you can see, that's the general principle, but again, you'll have to forgive this world. It's very old and very rusty. It is falling apart at the seams, to be polite. And if I just see, look at this guy just drifting in slow motion, like he hasn't got a care in the world. But as you can see, if I just put a couple of adult chickens into the farm, you will see that when I activate the lava source here, it will cook the adults, but it won't cook the babies. And then they will take fire damage, and they will die from said fire damage, resulting in cooked chicken and feathers, which means we'll be ready to eat it straight away. Again, this world is very slow to update, but there's the chicken coming through. Look how slowly it pours through from the hopper. It should pour through that slowly, and you saw how slow the chickens died there as well. But it is an old world. It reckons we're in an ocean biome. As you can see, we clearly are not. This is a desert. But that was before the world changed. The world formats changed and all sorts of things happened. Anyway, we need to head back over to Netrock now that we know how that works, and I'll see you over there. So here we are, back in the world. As you can see from what we just did in testing ground, it's very nice and simple, and when we're ready to cook those chickens, then we will get underway with all of that. For now though, I'm just going to fill in. Actually, no, we can leave all of this open, really. I think that will probably be more useful to us in case we need to go back in there. Let's put that torch there. And there we go. 2 absolutely sterling chicken farms ready to go. This, of course, means that now we don't have to worry about food. We are on top of our game for food. And look at that, we've already got loads more eggs ready and waiting for us. Awesome. So whilst those chickens go about their business laying eggs, we're going to carry on with something else, or we're going to at least make a start on something else. And I will show you what we're going to make a start on as soon as the sun rises, because it's night time at the moment. So I'm going to go to bed, turn it into daytime, and then I shall see you in just a moment. So it is now daytime. I've attracted far too much trouble than I would care for at such an early hour. I need to vanquish these guys. Do more flowers keep appearing here? I'm certain I've... Whoa! Oh yeah, I forgot they did that. I forgot mobs run away from creepers that are about to explode now. That's such a cool little feature. I forget about it, but it's so awesome. I wonder if all my animals will run. Oh, they won't because he's gone. So, what are we going to do? I can also get rid of these chickens that we have out here now that I have a chicken farm. Anyway, yes, what we're going to do, I've got a black sheep running around here as well. He escaped, and I haven't gotten round to catching him again, which is a shame, but never mind. So, I'm going to follow this path around. This is Nay's path that leads over to her house, and I've actually had to move this path. I did ask her beforehand, and she said it was okay, because this path actually went further out into the river around the outside of my house here. And as you can see, from the outside it looks pretty terrible. So what I have decided to do is we are now going to terraform this piece of land to give us something a little bit nicer to look at out of that window, and also so that it's just a bit more appealing on the eye as well from outside. And we're going to do that by bringing out some of the grassland just here, so that there's a little bit of a plateau sort of thing, I suppose, just like along here like this, and then obviously the grass is going to grow over it and make it look nice and pretty. This will also explain why I have loads of cobble, because I'm going to fill in all of the land underneath with cobble to save me wasting dirt and stuff. Obviously, as you can see from my house, I'm using grass for the floor, so any dirt that I can have, I would like to hang on to. So, what am I going to do here? This is going to be a slight problem, I think. I'm not quite sure what to do about just here. I think we're going to need to bring some dirt over the top here as well. Just for something like that, maybe. We might need to make it a little bit thicker. May as well bring that all the way across, really. Like that. Something like that, perhaps. Going to get rid of these two bits of cobble. I'm sure it'll look alright when the grass starts growing across, is what I'm telling myself. No, it'll look fine. I just need to bring some of this out just a little bit. Like that, and then we're going to need to obviously build up on top there as well, but it will look fine when the grass grows along, and then we can put some bone meal on it as well, just to get some taller grass in as well, and it will look great. It will look great. I have absolutely every faith in it looking fantastic. I'm going to grab myself some more dirt here because I can, and I'm going to come along here like that. We're going to come along here like this. I'm going to dig out some more dirt as well because, you know, I do need the dirt, really. It's not often in this game you can say that, but I do need the dirt to be able to grow the grass because, alas, I have no silk touch tools as per yet. I don't know if anyone does, actually. I think they're a bit elusive on this server so far, but they were on the previous world as well. You know, they certainly weren't too keen on revealing themselves, let's put it that way. Let's bring this around here. I don't know what the secret is to making terraforming look good in Minecraft. Generally I do okay, but it's hard to achieve a sort of natural look via manual terraforming in this game. I find that whenever I try and manually terraform, I'm never too pleased with it. I find the game's world generation does a great job, but I can never really emulate it, which is, you know, testament to how amazing the game's world generation engine is. But, you know, it's a bit frustrating sometimes when all you want to do is just make a good looking landscape and you can't because, well, you haven't got an eye for that sort of thing. Maybe if I was a landscape gardener, this would be right up my street and I'd have, oh damn it, I'd have no trouble at all. But unfortunately I'm not a landscape gardener, so I don't know how to do all of this. Some of you might be wondering why we're going to all of the effort to fill in all of the holes and stuff with cobble, and part of it would be for structural integrity. Although that's not a thing in Minecraft, you know, if a creeper's going to blow up, at least if there's cobble underneath, it's not going to do that much damage. So that's one reason, but the other reason as well is because, as I've touched on once or twice in this series so far, I would quite like to build a mob farm, and if we can make sure that there are no dark spots whilst doing so, then that would be very useful, because obviously that means that then we'll get more mobs spawning and the farm will be more efficient. So I'm going to try and blot up every kind of hole that doesn't need to be there as I go along. I'm going to make myself another shovel because I have a feeling dealing with dirt whilst not being equipped with a spade is a very silly thing to do. Good. Onwards and forwards. It's interesting terraforming. I do it every now and then, and like I say, I feel like I'm okay at it, but everyone can improve in aspects of their game. And that's what I would hope to do. I'm replacing that because I want to build the dirt wall up here. Oh, that needs to change. That can't be that. Like this, so that we hide the granite just here, but still keeping it reasonably, or trying at least to keep it reasonably natural. Just to put a roof over the top because we got all this ugly wood on top as well that I don't really want. So I'm going to need to see what I can do about hiding all of this. I think it's partly something to do with just finding a it's just finding a good place to start, I think, really, and then just rolling with the punches. And I think I do okay with that. I think I'm okay at choosing a decent place to start my terraforming adventure. and then I'm pretty good at carrying on with what's going on afterwards. I might be able to replace all of that with some cobble. As you can see, I'm being very tight with my dirt, but I feel like I have to be. Purely because, like I've said, I am making the floor of my house out of out of grass, so I need to be a bit tight-fisted with it because I need the grass. That is not a euphemism for anything, by the way. If at any point you hear me say I need the grass, a lot of mature audiences might go, "Oh, that means something." If you don't know what that means, then good. If you do know what that means, then it doesn't mean that. Okay, that's what I'm getting at here. Wow, lovely. So I like it when the videos take a silly turn like that. But anyway, I am going to do a quick cut. I'm going to do some more terraforming work, and I will see you in just a short moment for a progress update. Hey, that's not bad. I am okay with that. I can't wait for the grass to grow across that and we can see how things are looking. But that's not bad. That's pretty good. Let's go and grab some more cobble and carry on with that. I'm intrigued about those zombie noises I can hear though. I may need to do some investigative work to see what's going on there, because it sounded like there was quite a few. So maybe, possibly there's a dungeon. Who knows? I think we're reasonably far enough away so that they should have despawned if there were any there. So maybe what will happen is we'll go back and then we'll hear a bunch more and then we can go, right, there might be something there, which would be worth looking into for sure. But for now, at least, we're just going to carry on with our terraforming job here. Oh, the sun's setting. Well, okay. I'll see you in the morning for another brief progress update to show you how we're doing. The next progress update, it's coming along nicely out the out the front. Up on the surface here, all the grass is beginning to grow around. Everything's looking nice and normal, apart from that bit there. But I am working on that. And I have just spent a load of time trying to make the riverbed look a bit more natural as well. Where we've obviously bought the land out, I've kind of moved the riverbed ever so slightly so that this looks a little bit more natural as well. And I think I've done a pretty decent job. It's a bit hard to tell on the video, I know. But I think I've done okay. I might just peel this land back just a little bit. There we go, just there's a bit more space and stuff, and I think that looks okay. Obviously I'm getting a bit more dirt out of this as well, but shh, don't tell anyone. Right, time to do the top and that little hole, and then we'll be pretty much done. I have finished, and I have not looked at it from afar yet since the last progress update. So what we're about to see is going to be a shock for all of us. Here we go, in 3, 2, 1. Well, hey, I'm quite okay with that. You know, that's quite good. It'll look, obviously it looks a bit bare and a bit barren at the moment, but it'll look great once we get some bone meal on here. You know, we'll grow up some grass, maybe put some trees out here and stuff. It'll look fantastic. I'm reckoning. I think it looks great. If we just hop up here for a moment. Obviously, as you can see, I've just covered the place in dirt and just waiting for the grass to grow now, really. But that's great. I'm glad that turned out. Hi! Look at you! How did you get there? Poor guy. But in other news, wow, cool. I'm glad that's done. It took quite a lot of cobble and dirt to get that together, but ultimately, you know what? It's paid off. It looks pretty damn good, if I say so myself. I'm quite happy with it, which is awesome. And all that remains for us to do now is, like I say, just decorate it. We'll get some grass and some trees up there and stuff, get some plants and things going. Maybe even a waterfall coming down, and it will look fantastic. What I've tried to do is just try and keep it like a sort of rolling hill type thing, so it seems to sort of blend into the side of the mountain a little bit. I've also tried to hide the essentially the shape of the storage room itself. Obviously you can kind of tell, but you can't see where the bits that stick out are really, which I'm quite glad with. I'm quite happy with that. That's good. That's turned out great. I'm happy with that, which is fantastic. So I'm gonna head back indoors and we're going to do one last check on the chicken farm, hatch the last batch of eggs that I'm stumbling all over my words. Check on the chicken farm, hatch the last batch of eggs that have been laid during that time, and then I think we will call it an episode. And then obviously I'll AFK here or something, or just while I'm generally busy, that grass will grow around, and oh, there's a skeleton down there. That grass will grow around and everything will look really top notch, hopefully, by the next episode. Oh, see, it looks quite good out through this window as well, which is even better. Let's check out the chicken farm, grab our last few pieces of egg. Oh, look at all those eggs. Great. Any in here? Plenty in here. Wonderful. So that's cool. Oh, look, he's laid another. That's awesome. So all that really remains for me to do is thank you very much for watching the episode, everyone. I hope you have enjoyed it. I hope you found it informative. If you have found it, well, enjoyable, informative, or anything else for that matter, do feel free to leave a comment in the place down below. Be sure to leave a like as well, as it is always appreciated, and make sure you hit that subscribe button if you have not done so already. And other than that, I will see you all next time. Thank you for watching. Take care. Have a good day. I love you. Bye bye.